Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum. Our next chapter is going to start with solving a biological problem. How do we solve a biological problem? Many of the students misguide the solving a biological problem regarding malaria, which we further discussed. But first of all, we discussed that how we solve a biological problem. Any biological problem which arise, we make some senses. Like number one, there will be always a question. First of all, if I was to define the biological problem, it is the solution of the biological problem. Solving a biological problem, it is basically the solution of a biological problem. Biological problem may arise with a question, and to solve these, secondly, after the question, first of all, regarding to any scientific thing, question may arises in our mind. Question. First of all, the question arises regarding to any biological problem. For example, if people are getting ill while sleeping outdoors, what is the reason behind? Why are they getting ill when they are sleeping outdoors? This is the first question. For example, we arise in our mind regarding to malaria, as this is the solving biological method is applying to resolve the problem of malaria. That why people are getting ill while they're sleeping outdoors. Secondly, why people are not getting ill if they're sleeping indoors. These two questions arise in our mind. Then this problem is this: what is illness is the problem, the question why. Second thing, we make secondly, observations we make. As we observed that people who are sleeping outdoors are not getting ill, but although on the other hand people who are sleeping outdoors are getting ill, or the people who are sleeping indoors are not getting ill. These observations are made on senses. See means sight, smell, hearing, taste, and touch. these 5 observations made. Okay, third, we make the hypothesis. Hypothesis is a simple statement. For example, if I guess that people who are sleeping outdoors are mostly getting are biting are being bitten by any insect. So maybe this insect is mosquito. So if I make the hypothesis a simple statement, it is a simple idea on the basis of we continued our research. On the basis of this hypothesis, we further conclude our results to prove the hypothesis. This can be true or false after our experiments which we have been done in future. So hypothesis, for example, if insect is the malaria, for example, mosquito is the insect which is biting the people and people are getting ill. So there must be some fluid present in the mosquito's bite. For example, we name them, it's Plasmodium. If the Plasmodium is present in the blood, then people maybe get with malaria. Then the next is detection. Detection is basically based on if and then theory. If and then. If the plasmodium is present in the blood, for example, then the patient have the malaria. Nowadays, as dengue is very up to the mark, so check it out that what is responsible for dengue. And so when we see hypothesis, it should be a journal statement, it should be a tentative idea, it should be agree with available observation, it should be kept as simple as possible, it should be testable and feasible. Okay, because we are going to be tested, so it's a statement basically. It is a form of data. Construct a statement that may be proved the answer of the biological problem under study. And detections are based on if and then. The logical conclusions drawn from the hypothesis. And the detections are tested through experiments further. So the next step of our biological problem is to test this detection through experiments. For example, Ronald Ross have done a lot of experiments that either the plasmodium is the cause of malaria or not. He tested about 300 malarial patients, and out of a high percentage is affected with plasmodium, and it is proved that that plasmodium is the cause of malaria. Check it out in their box, that what is the experiment of Ronald Ross. So further, the next solving a biological method according to the detection that if my plasmodium is present and the blood, then the patient had the malaria. So it should be checked out by the experiments. The next step of the biological solving a biological problem after getting the experiments, we will make the definitely results which uh, either shows either related, either hypothesis is accepted or the hypothesis may be rejected. On the basis of these results, that what we were thinking in the hypothesis, it is acceptable after the experiment or it is rejected after the experiment. If it is the results, we summarize the results, and finally we report. When we report, two things are happens. Either it will make a theory on the basis of which further researchers may continued their research work. If the results are going in the side of the hypothesis, and when it becomes a theory, then further researchers may took a part into it, and furtherly they worked out that either our theory is going to be worked out or not. And finally, if it is not being rejected and acceptable by other researchers, then finally this theory becomes a law. A law. A law which cannot be rejected. For example, after proving that it's true that plasmodium is the cause of malaria, so the people who sleep outdoors, they may be bitten by the mosquitoes which transport female, especially the female anopheles in humans, who transfers the plasmodium into the blood of the human beings. So that's why the people get affected by malaria. And the next is in birds, it is Culex mosquito. So find out the dengue and its cause, what is the righteous cause, what is the main. So this is the method to solving a biological matter. Hope so this video may help you out. Thank you.